What if I told you that your right to wipe out debt is written inside the United States Constitution, right next to free speech? Most people think bankruptcy is shameful, but it is actually a legal right built into America's founding document. Hi, I'm Sean Quinlan. Welcome back. Today, I am going to show you exactly what that means, how it works, and why using it may be one of the smartest financial decisions you can ever make. Stay with me for the next few minutes. By the end of this video, you will understand what bankruptcy really is, where it comes from, and how it may help protect your family. No confusing legal words, no scary terms, just simple, honest information. It is in the Constitution. Let me start with something most people never learn in school. The United States Constitution is the highest law in the country. It covers things like free speech, the right to vote, and national defense. But it also covers something else. In Article 1, Section 8, it tells Congress to create laws for bankruptcy across the whole country. That means bankruptcy is not a loophole. It is not a trick. It is not something shady. It is a right, a legal right, written by the people who built this country. Think about that for a second. Why did the founders include this? Here is a little history that may surprise you. In the 1700s in England, if you owed money and could not pay it back, you could be thrown in prison, not jail for a few days, prison for years, sometimes decades. And here is the sad part. While you were sitting in that prison, you could not work, you could not earn money, you could not pay anyone back. Your family would suffer, your children would grow up poor, and nothing would get better. The men who wrote the Constitution saw this system. They thought it was cruel and pointless. They said, in our new country, we will do things differently. They believed that people make mistakes, businesses fail, crops die, people get sick, life is unpredictable, and they believed that a person who falls down should have a legal way to get back up. That is why bankruptcy was written into the Constitution, not to reward failure, but to give people a real second chance. How does it actually work? Now let's talk about how bankruptcy actually works in simple terms. When you go through a bankruptcy case and complete it, you receive something called a discharge order. This is a legal document signed by a federal judge. It says in simple words that certain debts you owe are now gone, legally erased. The credit card company cannot call you anymore. The collection agency cannot send letters. They cannot file a lawsuit against you for that debt. That debt simply does not exist in the eyes of the law anymore. And here's something important. If a company tries to collect a debt that has been discharged, they may be breaking federal law. A court can make them pay you money for doing that. The power shifts. You go from feeling chased to being legally protected. Hey, if this is making things clearer for you, do me a small favor and give this video a like. It helps more people find this information. Who has used bankruptcy? Some people feel embarrassed about the idea of bankruptcy, but let's look at who has actually used it. Large companies like General Motors and United Airlines have filed for bankruptcy. Marvel Entertainment, the company behind your favorite superhero movies, once filed for bankruptcy too. These are huge, well-known names. They used bankruptcy to reorganize, recover, and come back stronger. And regular, everyday people use it too. Families who lost jobs, people who had medical emergencies, small business owners whose businesses did not work out. None of these people are criminals. None of them did something wrong. Life happened, and the law gave them a way forward. What can bankruptcy do for you? Bankruptcy can help in several important ways depending on your situation. One of the most immediate effects is relief from constant pressure. Once a bankruptcy case is filed, something called an automatic stay goes into effect. This is a legal protection that tells creditors to stop collection calls, letters, and other attempts to collect debt while your case is being handled. For many people, this alone brings a sense of calm after months or even years of stress. Bankruptcy may also allow certain types of debt to be cleared. In many cases, unsecured debts like credit card balances, medical bills, and personal loans can be discharged. This means you are no longer legally required to pay them, giving you room to breathe financially. Beyond that, bankruptcy can offer something even more valuable, a fresh start. Instead of feeling stuck in a cycle where your debt keeps growing and progress feels impossible, you may have the chance to reset and rebuild your finances with a clean foundation. That said, it is important to understand that bankruptcy is not a complete solution for every type of debt. Obligations like student loans, child support, and certain taxes are usually not discharged. Every situation is different, which is why speaking with a qualified bankruptcy attorney can help you understand exactly what applies to you. For many people, though, bankruptcy is not the end. It is a turning point towards stability. Drop a comment below and tell me, did you know bankruptcy was in the Constitution? I am curious how many people already knew this. Changing the way you see this. I want to talk about something important for a moment. A lot of people carry a heavy sense of guilt when they are dealing with debt. It feels personal, like a failure, like somehow they made all the wrong choices or let the people around them down. But pause and really think about it. You did not create the economy you are living in. You did not plan for emergencies, sudden job loss, or unexpected expenses that can change everything overnight. Life does not always move in a straight line, no matter how careful or responsible you try to be. And the truth is, the system already understands that. That is exactly why legal protections exist. These laws were not created for people who are careless. They were created for people who are overwhelmed, who are trying to recover, and who need a structured way to reset and move forward. Using a legal right that was designed for situations like yours is not something to feel ashamed of. It is not taking a shortcut. It is not avoiding responsibility. It is facing reality and choosing to deal with it. You still care. You still want to rebuild. You still want to protect your family and create a better future. And sometimes, the most responsible thing you can do is accept help when it is available. This is not the end of your story. It is a turning point. And what matters now is not what happened before, but what you choose to do next. What should you do next? If you are dealing with debt that feels impossible to manage, the best first step is simple. Talk to a bankruptcy attorney. Most bankruptcy attorneys offer a free first consultation. That means you can sit down, explain your situation, and hear your options without paying anything. They can look at your specific debts, your income, and your situation. Then they can tell you whether bankruptcy may be a good option for you, or if something else might work better. You do not have to decide anything in that first meeting. You are just getting information. And information gives you power. If this video helped you see bankruptcy a little differently, I am really glad. If you found it useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I put out simple, honest content about consumer rights and financial topics that actually affect real people. And if you know someone who is struggling with debt and feels stuck, share this with them. Sometimes just knowing a right exists can change everything. I will see you in the next video.